Okay, here we go. We have welcome to Echo Traders. It is 11:40, almost 11:42 a.m. Tuesday morning, and let me see if I have a disclaimer here. Looks like it's blank. Hang on one second. Okay, let's try that again. Looks like we have a hold of it. So we're in the Echo Traders training room and have a guest. His name is Ron. Ron has a question to ask. And go ahead, Ron. Ask that question one more time.
Okay. Dale, when you say lock in money, for example, when you're using one contract, do you mean, I guess what I'm asking, do you mean putting your stop at the lock in money spot? Or do you just kind of keep that in your head and if it comes back down to that, you take it out? I'm not quite sure what the nomenclature means. In other words, if you put your stop there, it takes you out. How do you lock in? I
Okay,
mean,
great question. So what we have is we have a situation here that we have a support area down in here. This year came down into 61.8 at 2138.75. That became the bottom. Now that's a different time frame than what we are trading here. So we recognize that this is exhaustion, or we call it small candle takeout. So as the market increases and the volatility goes to the upside, we get our fibs on, fibs for targets. And what we have is the market has stopped trading to the downside, at least for a little while. So we get a chance to recognize this here little hammer doji in the black ellipse here. And I'll highlight the ellipse. It has the little dots and dots in the middle. So what we did was we said the bulls are now taking over, they're stepping up, they're coming awake, and back up we go. So we have our exhaustion targets or money off targets. So let's take a look at those. We're going to zoom in on what we're talking about, and I'm just going to wave this here little blue around. So this here comes in as our 76.40, and this here, let me see if I put that guy on top. Or not. Let me see if I put this one on top. Here we are. So this here is at the 76.40 is at 2143.50. So we put a blue money off area on there. So if you had multiple contracts in from the 23 here, Ron, the 23 is this here red uh, horizontal here. So I'm just going to change this here arrow to red. Bear with me one second. All right, so normally if you had more than one contract, Ron, we're looking to take one part of your position off at 21.43 and 1/2. So you'd be taking part of a contract off here. Now, if you don't have multiple contracts, we say lock in instead of taking yourself out. So instead of capping your wins here, lock in. That's the difference. So again, we're going to look at it at your next money off target, and that is in play live right now. So we're going to look at doing that. 21.47.25 is also your money off. So you have two choices: cap your wins or lock in. So what we like to do is when this year market gets to your 127.2, we look for a retest of, look left, the 100 in this case. The 100 used to be a 0, so we look for the market to retest this area. It doesn't have to pull back and go all that way, but what if it does? So let's change this here to a white arrow. All right. So this year pullback, it doesn't have to, like I say, it doesn't have to pull down here. We have extension. This 127.2 is in an extension target. So the same thing here at your 76.4, that's a money off. But if you just merely locked in, so we grab this here would be a sell stop. So you would look at locking in monies. So the market comes down. We suspected that this here horizontal would be, we'd look for it to be a support area. It happened to wind up as a support area. So I'm just going to move the chart a little bit left and do this here manually. So you would pull your stop up after it gave us or gives three candles. So we'd look for the 76.4 to be taken out as this here green candle comes in here, and I'll just refer to that with this here arrow. So as this here one comes in and takes out that 43 and a half, and we knew that there should be problems here. Right here we have a little black line at 21.45 even. I'll move the crosshairs off of here. So what I'm talking about is this here little black line right here. All right, so there was a problem there. I'm just going to move, so I'm going to move this here. So lock in means lock in at 42.50-ish. Okay, and then once a market can take out that high, and you have this here as a support area, then let's move this here forward. So you get another green here. So this here becomes 1, 2, 3. That one's your third candle up, and you're looking for the pullback no more than that. So you're trying to move your stop up. Let's go forward one more. We get another green, and we're going to call that a third green candle. You get that money that you would have taken yourself out of your market earlier, and that would have been capping your wins. We don't want to cap our wins. We want to try to continue to get to your next extension targets, if you will. This is going to be live here in a moment. And so as the market comes up and does this here same thing, you get your next candle moved up. So this year you're going to move your stop up here, and we'll see if we get stopped in or if we can manage a winning trade, which would be to higher long targets. So if you take yourself out of the market, that caps your win. If you lock in, you're still live, because if you only have one contract. So that's the story. So we look left here and we say, well, okay, if that's going to be the end of it, just say, where should the market go after that? So we look to have here. So that's a little double top. So we look for a pullback, and we said we'd look for the 100 to get retested. So as long as our stop is down here reasonable, we should be safe. But from this here area at 21.40, right in about here, 21.40, and you have locked in 43.50 and a little better than, then we're okay. So we have 1, 2, 3 candles. This is 0 candle. This here little doji is a 0, and we'll see if we can manage. I'm going to drop this down, and then I'm going to say, all right, so you have your target here, 21.49.50 area. So we'll take that back off, and we'll change that. We'll see if we can manage a winning trade up. So your turn. What are your comments on that? Does that clear up? Take yourself out of the market or lock in?
Kind of. I was working very similar trade on YM.
Yes. Okay.
I got in at the EMA at about, let's see if I can pinpoint it on your
Let's
chart.
take a look at your YM. I'll pause this here recording.
Well,
And
that's
see if we can manage this here on up. Here we go. Okay, so this here is now 1203 and a half. So we talked about the resistance area up here, and this is a money off area, and the market is respecting that money off area. So what we're going to do is just move our stop up and lock in a little bit more money on this here hypothetical procedure. So we'd be bringing we expect the market to come down to roughly 45.25. So if it does, and if it doesn't stop, at least we're locking in an extra, that would be $25 comparative. So here comes the market. We expect the market to come down to about here, and we'd like to see our EMA get up above this because the market often retests the EMA. So we're locked in right handy here, but we have to hold off now. So we're at zero candle, and zero candle would be right there at 44.75. Come back, keep you posted. So we're going to slide this here little yellow ellipse across here. You want to see that become support. We had mentioned your target. It used to show 2149.58. We rounded to 58 to 50. It doesn't mean the market's going to stop there, but as it hesitates or gets close to it, it came to within $25 of that. So it came to within two ticks, and 2 ticks equal $25. So what we had mentioned about removing yourself from the market at targets, or if you had multiple contracts, you just keep peeling them off. Keep peeling them off, keep locking in that money, and then that's your trade management system that we have in place. So now the EMA, I'll highlight the EMA, that's your blue moving average here, and we only use one. We only need one moving average. You pick what it's going to be, whether it's a SMA 20 or 15 or SMA 50 is a popular one. Then you still have your same trade management skills, and you're going to improve management skills only if you use them. It's not something you're going to pick up out of a book. All right, so we're looking to either get to target 49.50 or for the stock to come back and take us out. So the market does one of two things. It either goes to your target or comes back and stops you in the money. Simple. Let's see if we can get to target. 49.50 is the target. We'll come back in a couple of minutes. Okay, so we had mentioned that either the target at 49.50 would be reached, or our stop would be reached, and we had also mentioned you could certainly have locked in your 127. All right, till next time, trade well, my friends. Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.